Good morning. I desperately need to start drinking more water, so starting my day off with some lemon water. I just finished both my Pilates workouts. I'm gonna link the ones that I did in my description because they're literally so good, but they hurt so bad. But I feel like that's how you know they're working. I'm gonna show you guys how I've been making these pumpkin overnight oats. I made these in my last video and I haven't stopped making it since. I don't have any exact measurements for you, but I'm gonna try and replicate it the exact same way that I've been doing it. I hope this is still good. How long can pumpkins sit in the fridge for? We'll find out, I guess. But you're gonna need a pumpkin puree, chia seeds, and oats, whatever milk you prefer. I just have soy milk, some maple syrup, and yogurt. These are optional, but I feel like it makes it taste way better. I have cinnamon, pumpkin pie spice, and a little bit of nutmeg. There are gardeners right outside, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna take your jar, and we're gonna start with pumpkin puree. I just try to cover the bottom of the jar. The more pumpkin puree that you use, the sweeter you're gonna need to make it because pumpkin puree tastes disgusting. Next, we're gonna take yogurt. Now, I try to do like about the same amount of yogurt as the pumpkin puree. That should be good. Next, we're gonna add milk, like that much. I don't know, you gotta leave room for the oats as well, so keep that in mind. I try to eyeball like half a cup of oats, but I usually just fill it up the rest of the way. Like that. I don't know if that's even close to a half a cup. Okay, I'm not good at eyeballing measurements. And then the chia seeds is what makes it all come together. If you end up making this and it's too thin and like watery, just add some more chia seeds and let it sit in the fridge overnight again. I would say I do about a tablespoon of chia seeds, tiny bit of nutmeg, cinnamon, and some pumpkin pie spice, and then mix everything together. Then you can use whatever sweetener you like. I'm gonna use maple syrup. Mix all that. And that's all there is to it. I just realized my tripod has been in the frame this whole time. Ignore that. Okay. Clyde is obsessed with blueberries, so he tries to steal this from me. It's not for you. Anyways, we've got the pumpkin overnight. We've got the pumpkin overnight oats, some granola, pumpkin spiced pumpkin seeds, and jumbo blueberries. Clyde is for some reason obsessed with the jumbo blueberries. He'll chase them all over the house. Oh, and then I drizzled a little bit of honey on top as well. Why did that happen? What I was gonna say is that it tastes like a dessert. It tastes like pumpkin pie and it's incredible. I just finished doing my makeup for the day. I work at 2 o'clock today, so I figured I would just stay in my workout clothes until I need to change for work. But now that it's after breakfast, I'm gonna have my grons. If you guys haven't heard of grons before, they are a convenient all-in-one formula packed into just 8 gummies a day. And these are not just a multivitamin, greens gummy, or probiotic. It's actually all 3 of these things, plus more for just a fraction of the price. There are 8 gummies in each of the packs because with the amount of nutrients that grons offers, they can't just fit into 1 gummy. Your general multivitamin typically has anywhere from 7 to 9 vitamins, and grons has over 20 vitamins and minerals and over 60 whole food ingredients. They're vegan, nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free. There's 3 grams of sugar per serving in the ones that I'm taking, but they also have a sugar-free version. Grons is also more accurately dosed than other supplement brands out there. A lot of other supplements are made up of blends that might be doing more harm than good. Grons has 100% of your daily needs for safe vitamins and 25% of your daily needs for certain minerals that are known to be potentially toxic at excessive levels. Grons has gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, and cognition benefits. Ingredients like biotin and niacinamide can help with thicker hair, nails, and skin health. It's so nice that just 8 gummies a day can have that many benefits. They're so fun and easy. Grons also just rebranded. They have a cute little bear on their packaging, and it's the exact same formula as before. But I love these. They're so easy to incorporate into your daily routine. And if you guys are interested, you can get up to 45% off with the link in my description. Thank you again to Grons for sponsoring. I think I'm actually gonna start making lunch soon because I want to make a spaghetti squash and I have to put it in the oven for like an hour. Yummy. Lunch is actually my least favorite part of the day, but I'm gonna make baked feta spaghetti squash before I go to work. I made this recipe for dinner the other night and I literally have not stopped thinking about it since. It was so good. You're gonna need a spaghetti squash. I try to grab really tiny ones just so I can eat the whole thing myself. These are also ridiculously hard to cut. You're gonna wanna start by preheating your oven to 400 degrees. And I'm also gonna bake some Japanese sweet potatoes right now for breakfast tomorrow. I have another favorite breakfast that I need to show you. Both the spaghetti squash and the Japanese sweet potatoes bake at 400 degrees for like 45 minutes. Might as well just do both of them at the same time. I'm sure you guys have probably seen the baked feta pasta trend. I'm way late to it. Okay, I just tried it for the first time with spaghetti squash and it's worth the hype. I don't have a block of feta, I just have crumbled feta, some heirloom tomatoes, and then I'm also gonna grab some garlic. I had some onions in there last time too as well, but I'm a little bit lazy and I don't really want to cut an onion. Skipping the onion this time. Other than that, you just have to season it really well. So I've got pepper, salt, just ran out of garlic powder. I'm gonna use some of this. This is the best seasoning to ever exist. It's from Trader Joe's. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just cut your spaghetti squash in half, clean it out. You do some olive oil, salt and pepper, and whatever other seasonings. Put all your feta in there, and then your tomatoes, and then you bake it at 400 for like 45 minutes. I also have some of this pasta sauce that I'm gonna use on top of it. I feel like this makes it taste a lot better. Gives it more flavor. Guys, if you end up making this, I'm so serious, please be careful. This is the hardest thing in the world to cut. My knife is stuck. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I feel like I'm gonna burn myself. Can you get out of my face? This is so good. Hi guys, it's the next day. I had the pumpkin overnight oats for breakfast again, but I need to share with you genuinely one of my favorite meals in the entire world. I think I might have already shown you this in a YouTube video before. I don't really remember. I'm making Japanese sweet potatoes with some hard-boiled eggs, some feta cheese, hot honey, and it's delicious. Okay, I do need to hard-boil some eggs. I don't like mine fully hard. I like them a little bit soft-boiled, so I boil them for about 8 or so minutes, like 7.5. Get your water boiling. 2 eggs. Dude, there's like a rock in my sock or something. I have the Japanese sweet potatoes from yesterday. Don't forget to poke holes in your potatoes, okay? Do not. I've had one of these fully explode in my oven before and it was a nightmare to clean. I also think I'm gonna make myself some hojicha. Mine is from Nami. The first time I tried it, I was kind of unsure, but the more that I've been drinking it, the more I'm becoming obsessed with it. And it's nice because I don't think it has like nearly as much caffeine as coffee or matcha. I'm gonna make some of this. This has such an interesting flavor. I feel like I've never had anything like it, but it's delicious. I think hojicha is like roasted green tea leaves, and I feel like the best way to describe it is tasting like burnt green tea, but like not in a bad way. I don't know. I love it. I literally put both of these eggs in here so gently, and both of them cracked like the second they hit the water. What is that about? I don't know. But hopefully they turn out fine. The eggs are actually looking atrocious right now. I don't really know why that happened. That's the first time that that has happened to me. I'm making a little slit in the center so that I can put butter in all of them. Get off the knife. Beautiful. I'm gonna use a little bit of flaky salt, pepper, hot honey, and feta cheese. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of these eggs. What is this? I hope I left them in there long enough. They're also really big. I feel like I should have left them in there for longer. And I just dropped egg on the floor. Ew. Oh, is that fine to eat? I don't know. The eggs did not turn out like I wanted them to at all. I think they're fine to eat. I don't know. People eat raw egg, right? Yeah. The eggs are not particularly how I like them, but we work with what we've got. The best thing is to get a little bit of everything in one bite. And it's delicious. I need to show you Willa right now because she looks adorable. Are you kidding? This next recipe that I have for dinner is life-changing. It's delicious for making lasagna soup. Honestly, one of my favorite things to make, and it's so easy, and there's barely any dishes involved, which is incredible. I don't have a dishwasher, so I try to use the least amount of dishes possible, and this recipe is perfect for that. Let me show you how to make it. It's so easy, and honestly, I don't really have an exact recipe. You want to take a large pot and put it there. The first thing that I'm gonna do is chop up half of this onion. I have this fancy thing to help me chop onions, and when I was talking about being too lazy to cut an onion the other day, I was referring to using this because I still have to wash it, but it's so much easier than using a knife. Also, fun fact, I never cry when cutting onions because I wear contacts. Contacts act like a shield, and I know this for a fact because whenever I wear my glasses and cut onions, it's so painful. I'll just cut it into 4 little pieces. And that's all there is to it. I'm just gonna set these aside. You can go ahead and turn on the heat to like a medium high. And then once that heats up a little bit, I'm gonna do a pound of ground beef. I don't put oil or anything in the pan because I feel like enough comes out of the beef. So yeah, this knife sucks, dude. What is going on? And then you're just gonna put your beef right in the pan. Once it's like kind of cooked through, you can go ahead and add the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and add all the seasonings now. So I'm gonna do salt, pepper. I have no garlic powder still, so I'm just gonna do onion powder. I don't know, I usually use like random herbs. I'm gonna throw some oregano in there, perhaps a little bit of basil, and the umami seasoning. Now you're just gonna let that do its thing on the stove. While that's cooking on the stove, I'm gonna break up some of my lasagna noodles. Also, these are no boiling noodles, which I didn't realize until after I bought these, but it's worked just fine. I just usually guess when they're soft enough, but I'll break up a few of these sheets. Oh. Once your ground beef is cooked, we're going to add chicken broth and whatever kind of marinara sauce you like. I just get the cheapest one from Trader Joe's. I don't really have a measurement for you for this either. It kind of just depends on how much soup you want to make. I usually try to cover all of the beef. I don't know how much. I'm just gonna... We're also gonna add most of this jar. I'm just adding half of it at first and then kind of mixing it together to see what it looks like. That's probably good actually. Like I said, there's no measurements to this. It's kind of whatever your preference is. Next, we're gonna turn this up to high heat and let it come to a boil. After it boils, we're gonna add all of our lasagna noodles and then chop up some spinach because we do have to get some more vegetables in there. Also, one thing that I've learned about these noodles is that it's best to add them one by one. If you add them all at once, they stick together and it's really hard to kind of separate them. So that's my tip for you. You know what, maybe I lied to you guys. I think they're actually sticking together anyways. I'm letting that sit with the lid on medium heat just so that the noodles can get a little bit softer. And then I have a whole bowl of spinach that I'm gonna add in. Now for toppings, I will probably add some more seasoning before I serve it. This is the best part of this recipe, ricotta cheese. Yummy. I'll add a few spoonfuls of this just on top of my bowl and it's so good. It's so good. I love how easy this recipe is. All I have to do is put everything in the same pot and it's so good left over too. I just love a recipe that doesn't require exact measurements. I love being able to just throw a bunch of stuff together and have it taste good. Steamy. The noodles are looking soft enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the spinach. Lots of spinach. And I just turned the heat down to low. I'm gonna add a little bit more of all of the same seasonings that I used earlier. So just salt, pepper, onion powder. What else did I use? Just whatever seasonings you want on here. Also, you can always add more chicken broth or marinara sauce if you want it to be a little more like soup. I kind of like mine to just be like a disassembled lasagna. So mine doesn't have a ton of liquid. Honestly, ricotta cheese doesn't taste like anything, but something about it is so delicious. Hello? Hello? Please. All right, are you kidding me? Are you for real right now, dude? That was super annoying. I have one last recipe to show you in this video, and it's a mug cake. I love mug cakes. I've been making mug cakes for forever. And this one in particular is a vanilla cake with sprinkles. Big fan of sprinkles over here. You need a mug, of course. You need a 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, a dash of salt, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, 3 tablespoons of milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and however many sprinkles your heart desires. Literally the only directions for this are to mix all of those ingredients into a mug and then microwave it for 90 seconds. It's also really good with ice cream, so I'm gonna add some vanilla ice cream on there. We have a wonderful mug cake with some ice cream on top. I've had quite an awful day today, so I feel like I needed a vanilla mug cake to lift my spirits a little bit. This guy wants everything. It's a cake. Yo, calm down. I put an absurd amount of sprinkles in here, but I think it's perfect. Very yummy. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I love sharing my favorite recipes with you, and I spend quite a bit of time in the kitchen cooking for myself and my boyfriend. But if you liked this video, let me know if you want more. I think it'd be fun to do this as like a monthly thing. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you're still watching at this point, comment down below your favorite food or your favorite thing to make. I would love to know. Or if you have a recipe that you want to share with me and that you want me to try, also let me know that. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever time it may be, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye. Also, don't forget to click the link in my description for up to 45% off your order with grons.